up, everyone? We're here in the Jurassic room, and welcome to another episode of Dinosaurs of the Week, where all of you, the fans, get to pick what is showcased in each week's episode. And we have now made it to episode 20 in this series, so thank you guys for all the support. This has been super fun for me, but as you can see, once again, I got a lot of awesome suggestions, and I'll be picking 10 of my favorites to showcase for this week's episode. So if you did not get picked this week or would like a chance to get picked next week, then make sure you let me know down in the comments below. But let's go ahead and see which ones made it to this week's episode. So to kick off this week's episode, we have a choice here from Stavarn for the Jurassic World Chaos Theory Epic Evolution Darius and Atrociraptor Ghost Encounter Pack. And this is a pretty fun little set right here. We get a cool figure of Darius with his little stun gun and his backpack. And then of course we get an awesome figure of Atrociraptor Ghost, which is really fun. Now when we look at the back of the box, we just get a better look at everything like Atrociraptor Ghost, Darius, and actually his backpack and how you can actually open it up. That is a pretty cool and fun little feature if you ask me. Now looking at the figures again, this is just a fun set right here. And honestly, all of these Chaos Theory story packs like this were a little harder to get my hands on. I think Kohl's is the only store that stocked them here in the US, and they did not last there long, but luckily I was able to pick all of them up. So who knows, in the future these may be some rare and valuable sets. So I'm super happy to have this one right here in the collection. Now, the next pick that we have right here is from Tammy Miller for the Jurassic World Epic Evolution Ruthless Rampage Allosaurus. And this is such a fun figure right here. It's got a lot of cool features and an awesome sculpt. I do really like these teeth. I like how they're rubber, and I like how they kind of fit over his mouth. I think it makes it look pretty cool. And just overall, the sculpt and paint on this dinosaur looks really awesome. Now, when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Allosaurus and how it's evolved for battle and its rampage attack. So its evolved for battle has a little button right here that gets the spikes to go up and down, which is pretty cool. And then it has a little roll thing right here that gets the Allosaurus chomping and roaring. Check this out. Super cool. I really like this Allosaurus toy right here, and I honestly like the whole Epic Evolution line as a whole. I think they got a lot of good figures put out, and this was one of the best of the bunch. Now, this suggestion we have right here is from EG for the Jurassic Park 3 Electronic React Attack Animatronic Spinosaurus. And guys, this is one of the coolest Jurassic toys of all time. I love the sculpt on this Spinosaurus. I love the rubber skin. Everything about this toy is just so awesome. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our animatronic Spinosaurus actually battling a T-Rex, which is pretty cool. But guys, this toy right here is super special to me and one of my holy grails in my collection, especially the condition that the box is in on this thing. I just love this figure, and this was one of my absolute favorite toys growing up, and it is still one of my favorite toys to this day. So I'm always happy to share this with all of you, and I'm glad that we could put it in this week's episode. Now, the next suggestion we have right here was picked by Cretaceous Gaming for the Jurassic World Dominion Extreme Damage Roarin' Allosaurus. And oh my goodness, guys, I love this figure. This is probably, I'd say, the second best Allosaurus toy that we've gotten from Mattel. I would say the best, but since the Hammond Collection version came out, that one kind of takes the mantle. But I love the sculpt on it, and I just love the overall look. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Allosaurus and how you can activate its double damage, which is really sweet. So let's check that out. You can pull down one here to show its ribs, then you can pull up the ribs and expose its squishy flesh, which is really awesome. I love that about this figure. Just gives it some more playability. And then also here we've got a button that makes it roar. And it makes Spinosaurus noise for some reason. Super, super sweet. This is another awesome figure for this week's episode. Now we've got a really good suggestion right here from Noah the Aviator for one of the rarest Jurassic toys ever made, and that is the Jurassic Park Series 2 Young Tyrannosaurus Rex. And as you can see, guys, this thing is beautiful and the box is in immaculate condition. Now they did make 4 different paint jobs of this young Rex, and this is by far the most rare with its blue and yellow paint job, but it's also got that real feel skin, as all of you can see, which is awesome, and its damage wound, which is up under the box, along with some capture gear. And now when we look at the back of the box, we get a better look at all that. We see our Series 2 Young Rex in a jungle scene with its damage wound and its capture gear, which is really, really sweet. But again, this is one of the hardest to track down Jurassic toys out there, brand new in the package, and it took me quite a while to get one in this immaculate of condition, and it's actually a very recent addition to my collection, so I'm super excited that I got to share it on this week's episode with all of you. Now, this next pick that I have right here came from I'm Fox for the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Roarvors Triceratops, and this is the first Triceratops toy that we got from Mattel, so I guess that makes it a little bit more special. We have gotten this exact mold right here repainted numerous amounts of times, but this is the original, and it's got this pretty nice light brown paint job, which looks pretty cool. And again, even though they've used this sculpt like crazy through the toy lines, I still think it looks pretty nice, so I'm not really complaining about it too much. Now when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Triceratops and how you can push the button for sound and head ramming action. So let's go ahead and check that out, even though I highly doubt the sounds are still going to work on this thing. Yep, we kind of knew that wouldn't happen because unfortunately the batteries that Mattel puts in these never last more than a year or two, and this is a toy all the way back from 2018, so it was kind of expected that the sounds wouldn't work. But again, this is another fun one, and it's a bit nostalgic for me since this is when I got into serious collecting when Mattel got the licensing, so I'm happy that this one made this week's episode. Now, this suggestion we have right here came from Flask for the Jurassic World Epic Evolution Wild Roar Gyprosuchus, and this is a cool little figure right here. Looks like a prehistoric crocodile. I really love that long snout, and I like the way that the teeth fit together. Even the inside of the mouth looks cool, and I think this blue and orangish paint job actually complement it really well and looks really, really awesome. Now, when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Gyprosuchus and its rampage attack. So as you can see, we've got the little roll thing right here, so let's check it out. So some pretty cool sound effects as well. What a super fun toy and an awesome figure for anyone to have in their collection. Now, this suggestion right here came from PG-13 fan for the Jurassic World Primal Attack Epic Roaring Tyrannosaurus Rex, and this is a sweet T-Rex that is obviously huge, as all of you can see, and it's got some of the coolest features that I've seen out of any of the T-Rex toys. So what you can do is you can kind of turn here to get the head going, and then you can press this button to get him to roar and also shake the head. That is just such a sweet feature to me, and I really, really love it. And the sculpt on this T-Rex and the paint job don't look too bad either. Now, when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Tyrannosaurus Rex and how it has its epic roar. So you know what, guys? Let's go ahead and check out that epic roar one more time. This was another really good choice for this week's episode. So now we've got a suggestion right here from Tyler Graff for a Hasbro toy. So I went vintage Hasbro with the Jurassic Park 3 Camo Extreme Night Velociraptor because this is one of my favorite toys in my collection. Not only do I really love the sculpt of the quilled raptor that we got from JP3, but this Night variant is super sweet looking. I love the black paint with the gray stripes and the red marking that goes down its back and head. It just looks really sick. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Night Velociraptor right here and some of the other Camo Extreme dinosaurs from the line. But again, looking at this figure, it would normally have a button right here, or it does have the button that would make sounds, but of course those sounds are going to be dead because this toy is over 20 years old. And then same thing here, you can get the arms slashing and that would make a sound effect as well. But this is just such a sweet figure and honestly a really rare one. So I'm super excited to show it for all of you, and I'm even more excited to have it safely in my collection. Now, the final suggestion for this week's episode is from Punk Jax for the Jurassic World Dino Rivals Battle Damage Spinosaurus. And as all of you know, this is one of the rarest Jurassic World toys of all time, and it looks awesome. I love the sculpt on this Spinosaurus, and I really love the blue paint job. I think it looks really sweet. Now, when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Battle Damage Spinosaurus and how you can activate its double damage and its chomping action. So let's go ahead and check all of that out. So you can pull the skin flap down, you can pull the rib cage down, and then you can press here to swirl all the blood inside of the Battle Damage Spinosaurus, which is very cool. And then of course everything snaps right back. And then we've also gotten a button here up on the top of the head that gives it some roaring and chomping action, which is really cool. Now this figure is just super sweet, and it's one of my favorites in my whole collection, not just because of how cool it looks, but just because it is one of the rarest Mattel Jurassic World toys ever made. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Dinosaurs of the Week. Once again, if you would like a chance to be featured in next week's episode, then make sure you let me know down in the comments below. Want to see more awesome Jurassic content? Then hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you don't miss any of my content. Also, check me out on Instagram and join my Discord server for so much more Jurassic fun. The links to everything will be in the description below. Check out more awesome Jurassic videos here.